again, welcome to Ben Watts Guitar Tuition. What we have for you this week, Legato, hammer-ons and pull-offs. Quite difficult to get quick, it can hurt quite a lot. Also coming up with ideas for it can be a bit nasty, but we're going to look at sort of a Joe Satriani-esque way of doing it today, sort of like scale runs, patterns and things like that. You can metronome these to get them nice and fast, and hopefully use them in your improvisations and your solos. So let's get cracking. Right, so we're going to use a major scale for this, C major. You could use any scale, A minor, E minor, it doesn't really matter. The point to remember is that a pattern in the scale is a pattern in the scale. Doesn't matter what scale you're using, the same notes apply. So for example, the way you could think of this is how you're going to manipulate your note choice. So let's say I've got the first three notes of the C major scale, which is C, D and E. I could, if we number those 1, 2, 3, I could play them 1, 2, 3. I could play them 3, 2, 1. How about 2, 1, 3? Okay, so it's about how you're going to play the notes that you're choosing to play and getting the patterns moving, which you can then metronome and practice. Now, you can start with something actually really simple, which is, I'm just going to go from the 9th fret of the G string. On my website there'll be a tab available for this which will show you the C major scale. We've gone through it before, so if you don't know it, it'll be on the tab. But we're just going to go 9, 10, 12 on the G, and that's all we're going to do. Like that, or how about 12, 10, 9? Okay, how about 9, 10, 12, 10? All I was doing there was doing the same pattern on another string. Okay, so you can get some really good ideas moving with this. If I was to take the same idea and apply it all over the scale, that's the type of sound that you'd get. So that's working on a pattern on one string and applying it to other strings as well. Here's one that I'm working on at the moment. You might want to practice this one hurts, but it's good for your little finger, which again on the G string is 12, 9, 12, 9, 10, 12, 10, 9. So that's 12, 9, 10, 12, 10, 9. That's a really good pattern to have a go at as well. Right, a single string ones. Now more than one string. Okay, so again, all coming up with patterns. We're going to start thinking in 3s and 4s, groups of 3s and 4s. Here's the one in 3s. We're going to go from the D string, 9th fret, and it's 9, 10, 12, 9 on the G string, and then 12, 10 on the D. That's patterns in 3, so you go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, patterns in 4s, so you're going to go 9, 10, 12 on the D, learn how to count, 9, 10, 9 on the G, so that's 9, 10, 12, 9, 10, 9 on the G string, and then 12, 10 on the D. Like that. And that again was the same pattern repeated on loads of other strings. So it looks really complicated, but if you just come up with these patterns and practice them, then it can be quite good. Now if I just take those two patterns that I just did, patterns in 3s and 4s, and then I'm going to think about applying it to a different scale, so the same pattern but in a different scale, and it can really sound different. For example, blues scale. Okay, blues scale is very different to a minor or a major, hopefully, but you get this effect. So 1, 2, 3, this is 8th fret of the G, 8, 10, 11, 8 on the next, and then 11, 10 on the G again. So, totally stole that off of Pantera, just so you know. Yeah, and that's how you're going to practice it. So what you want to do, just to conclude, is you want to come up with patterns using scales, so even just simple. Simple stuff like that. Okay, it'll all be on the tab that comes with this lesson on my website. Unless you're just watching today, because I only put it up. It might not be on my website yet, but keep in touch because it will be. Little patterns, practice them in other scales. Most importantly, cannot overemphasize this enough, metronome. You have to metronome it. If you don't metronome, it's pointless. You'll never get it clean enough. And also remember that when you practice with a metronome, try and keep on one setting, say 100 beats per minute, for say a minute, and then move on to another setting for a minute, because what that's going to do, in addition to work on your speed, you're going to work on your stamina. One of the reasons I'm putting this video up is I'm learning an Andy James track, and it's getting, my little finger's getting a pounding with the legato. It hurt quite a bit, so I've had to go back and do some stamina work, which I should have been doing anyway, but yeah, not enough hours in the day. So happy practicing. Your hand will hurt. No pain, no gain. Good luck.